Boss, see the topic, man. Some people already premeditated what they were gonna do to you. If you never heard that before, I'm gonna bust it for you, make it real easy, real suave. This is actually like a spinoff of the last topic that I did about, you don't have to defend yourself if you know you're not guilty. So understand this, right? Sometimes when people are gonna do something to you, or give you a clean example, right? You ever heard when they said this person was charged with premeditated murder and all of that stuff? Pre means what? Before. You feel me? So before you executed this plan, you had to think about it. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, give you an example, right? Let's say if somebody feels like, yo, I feel like this dude pussy or he a lick. This is very common in the black community. This is why I use a lot of these examples. It's very quick, clean, straight to the point. Let's say somebody perceives you to be as weak or you're an easy target. People premeditated that. There might have been something or some telltale sign that made them feel like they could size you, but before somebody actually executes certain things like that, they premeditated it in their mind. You know what? This person weak. If they are weak like what they think, then I can take from them and I can go on with more. Whether it's putting fear in them to keep them where they are. There's some people who premeditate the things that they're going to do to other people in life. That's why I said you have to really be careful. You feel me? Sometimes, I'm not saying like we all know the answers or whatever the case may be, but you don't really know what's around the corner. You get what I'm saying? That's why little advice I tell you, like playing your rolling the dice the best way possible, playing a fair hand in life. That avoids you from having to live in regret and going through BS if you know that you probably judged the person or tried them prematurely or whatever the case may be. You need to understand this, right? For you to think of something or for somebody to think to do something to you, whether rob, harm, steal, whatever, this was something that came into their mind beforehand. You feel me? So this is why I said when certain people tell you certain things about, oh, this was a mistake, or, I never meant to do this to you, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes, I will say this though, right? Sometimes some people never premeditated certain things. Sometimes some things grow within people to where it's like some people could grow to not like you, or some people grow with a hatred towards you, or some people grow up like just being jealous of you. Make it super easy. I do this all the time, right? Look at Juice. I use this movie all the time as an example, right? In Juice, what happened? Q was the one who wanted to be what? The DJ. Q really was like the man in his group. He was the one who had a tomorrow in him. Bishop never had a tomorrow in him. Mind you, they're all crew. They're all everything, right? Q started to pursue his DJing thing more seriously. That's what caused Bishop to develop more jealousy within him. You get what I'm saying? Because Bishop was never getting power or respect like that. He wanted to get a gun because he felt like that's where his power would come from. You feel me? That's why they premeditated, yo, let's go rob old man Quilez. You feel me? Once Bishop had that gun in his hand, nobody was going to play with him. Not a Rodamez, not a anybody. Because why? I got the power, a.k.a. I got the juice. I got the gun, I got the power, I'll shoot you, I'll kill you, I'll do whatever. You feel me? He premeditated all of this stuff, right? And because he wasn't getting the power and the respect that he felt like he deserved, that's why he felt like he had to take it in an ill-advised way. That's why he off Rodamez. That's why slowly over time, he developed a hatred towards Q. Because why? You got a tomorrow in you. I don't. He never prematurely said, yo, I'ma kill Q. No, that's not how it went. Everything happened after Raheem died on that lick when they went to go rob old man Quilez. You feel me? Give you another movie into this. Look at Paid in Full. Look at A Boogie. This is super easy, dog. Look at A Boogie, right? A Boogie was working at the laundromat, bro. Who was the biggest dope dealer in the neighborhood? Calvin. And who was Calvin just so happened to be messing with? A's sister. You feel me? Calvin never had any premature hatred towards A. Because why? A, you're beneath me. You work at the dry cleaner, bro. I'm the biggest drug dealer out here. You feel me? What happened? Calvin went and got locked up. Slowly over time, what happened? Ace became the man, right? Calvin never premeditated, I'm going to kill Ace. That hatred developed over time once he seen, yo, I got back out. Ace is the man now. Ace is the big drug dealer. I was the big drug dealer. That developed that hatred within him to where he was like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that. I got to stop that. And what happened? Rico had to put pressure on him like, nah, you ain't doing that. That still didn't stop him. Because why? That hatred was brewing on the inside. That jealousy was brewing on the inside. You're the man now. I used to be the man. You want me to do what? You want me to work a corner? I don't work corners. I got my own stuff. Ace wasn't trying to hear that. You not the man no more. So somebody who was up here on the high and now they're on the bottom and they got to listen to somebody that they probably looked at as, yo, you beneath me. That's going to screw with some people mentally, dog. Because why? You were never the man. You never ran the show. How is it now you're the man and I'm not? That causes people to develop hatred and jealousy on the inside, bro. You feel me? That's why I said sometimes some people premeditated certain things that they were going to do for you, but sometimes that hatred, it grew over time. So you can never really say everything is necessarily premeditated. You feel me? Give you another example into that, right? Let's say you and a person are friends, right? And y'all are just friends. That's about it. There's no business intertwined in any of that or nothing, right? Let's say business comes into play, right? And a person sees what you could really do. Mind you, before they saw you as a friend. Now it's like, yo, this person is phenomenal, man. They can plot. They can come up with ideas. They know how to operate Excel. They know how to speak to clients. They know how to draw up business plans. This person is amazing. If a person isn't strong mentally or knows their position or their role, that will cause them to develop jealousy on the inside. You feel me? And then sometimes, here's another spin for you, right? When people premeditate certain things for you, mind you, as I stated, it's a reason behind that. Either to harm you or to get you to use you or whatever the case may be. Then there's some people, they develop that jealousy like, oh, I kind of see this person's value now. It's just like example. Give you an example into that. Let's say before there was a girl or a dude you never gave the time of day to because you probably never seen value in them. Now you see their value. Now that you see their value, you want to try and talk your hardest to them, whether it's for the right reasons or not. But when a person sees a person's value and they have time to sit down and think, they have time to meditate, prematurely think about something. You know what? Yo, this girl was never on my radar before, but now I think I see a value in her. Yo, this girl could do this, she could do that, she could do this, she could do that. Yo, I never seen value in this dude before. Now I can see their value. Sometimes people never thought of things until it was pretty much laid on them, like, yo, or they seen you in action, or they seen what you're capable of, or they see what you bring to the table. That's why some people can develop this energy or this jealousy towards you, and they may prematurely want to do something to you. Example, go a little bit deeper into this, make it super easy, right? Look at empaths and narcissists, right? An empath doesn't have an end goal. Empaths just are caring people. Narcissists seek out people who are caring. Mind you, not everybody's an empath and not everybody's a narcissist. You get what I'm saying? So when a narcissist finally sees somebody who's an empath, that's what makes them develop all of these premature thoughts. Yo, you really care about me like that? You'll do what for me? You'll do, huh? Let me see how I can use this person. You feel me? So here's the deal. When somebody premeditates something for you, it doesn't necessarily have to always be a negative connotation to it. But what I'm saying is this, right? Sometimes when people chalk up what they're going to do for you or what they're going to do to you, it's probably not in a good aspect if they feel like they can get over on you. Because mind you, I state this all the time. The average person isn't looking to honestly work hard on their own. They're looking to find somebody that they could come up off of. You get what I'm saying? Let me build my empire off of your back. Let me get all of my coins off of you, then throw you away, discard you like you were nothing, and move on about my way. There are some people who do stuff like that. Hence the saying why I said people do some things prematurely. If I'm going to do something to you, I'm going to think about all the possibilities that I can have go on and how it can possibly play out. But some people don't think things all the way through. You prematurely thought of a screwed up plan for a person who probably would have never harmed you and would have been genuine to you. You thought of some malicious evil stuff on how you could con and use and swindle a person instead of trying to lock in with a person. This is why people in the world burn the bridge before they cross it. And this is another thing. If you're the type of person who doesn't know how to build a friggin' bridge, you do not know how to stand up on your own too, you should be the last person out here burning bridges. You should be the last person out here trying to see who you could rub your hands for like Birdman. Nigga, who can I use out here? That's not the wave, bruh. Because at the same time, some of the people that you use today or you plot on today could have been the people who could have helped you down the line in life, bro. That's how you get to find out there are some people in the world who don't have any longevity. They just think around the corner. But that's why I said some people don't know what's around the corner. If some people really knew, like, yo, this girl tomorrow, even though today she's ugly, tomorrow or a few years from now, she's going to be one of the prettiest girls out here. And I had the opportunity to talk to her. But why? I was trying to get over on him. Or, yo, this dude, we used to pick on this dude all the time. Nah, he the man. A lot of people look up to him and respect him. You got to understand something. The things that you do today can carve your future. You get what I'm saying? The people you screw over today could have been the people who could have helped you years down the line. The people who you bullied later, early in the years, could be the same people who could turn around and come back and screw you over in life. You don't know which way the ball spins in life. You don't know what tomorrow holds. That's why I said trying to plot on somebody or trying to plan on somebody or let me see how I could use this person. That's the stupidest thing you could ever do, bro. Because you don't know where you and that person could have went or if that person could have helped you get to where you need to be. You feel me? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I going to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. Just understand this, bro. Before you do something ill-advised like try to use somebody or come up off of somebody, try and get to know that person. Sometimes God puts a blessing right in people's face and they wouldn't even know what a blessing would be if it smacked them, bit them in the face, nothing. Because some people, they're just looking to see, yo, how can I use this person? Or how can I make this person of benefit to me? Some people don't have a longevity mindset. That's why I said sometimes you just got to sit down and think about it. What's the purpose of you using a person when you could have locked in with them and got farther? That's just like when people say, oh, why buy the cow when I could just go get the milk? Why not go ahead and get the cow? You can have endless milk. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't think about stuff like that. Some people just have a survival mindset where it's like, let me take, yep, I'm on to the next one. This a lick, got my lick. This person giving, I'm taking. There's some people who they don't know how to stop, bro. And that's why the world is what it is. So the best thing I could tell you in life is this, bro. Put the best foot forward, excuse me. Be as aware as possible into what you're doing, who you're around. Be in the now. You get what I'm saying? Stop thinking from a survival mindset when it's somebody you could have probably locked in with and they would have been 100 with you and y'all could have went farther in life. As opposed to you just trying to burn the bridge and screw them over for something temporarily when you could have probably got more in the long run. You feel me? 144 the world, man. Peace.